I'm Sally Eilerson, and I'm the director of tonight's production of Midsummer Night's Dream. And thank you all very much for coming. We are so excited that finally here in Lapeer we have Shakespeare in the Park. And we are hoping this is the first of many, that we will be able to do this, continue on every year. A couple of quick notes. First, we do have porta potties over like on the basketball court, because you have to have them where the truck can come in and out on a strong path. So they are over there for your use. And we have a table of snacks here that the Chatfield Pie is providing. So we thank you very much. I have a lot of thank yous to do. Thank you to the Michigan Council for Arts and Creative Affairs, Cultural Affairs. They provided us with a grant for this, and we deeply appreciate that the state granting organization could look at a small community theater in a rural community like Lapeer and say, you know, you guys get Shakespeare, and you should be able to have that. So we deeply appreciate the grant that we got this year for that. And of course, we thank Chatfield School for this beautiful facility that we have to perform in. I'm a long ago Chatfield mom. My son was here the very first year of the first grade, and it's been wonderful to watch the Willows and the middle school and of course this amphitheater come to life in the school. So I will say the first time I saw this I was like, well, we obviously need to do Shakespeare here. Why else would you have an amphitheater like this? So I'm sure the school has other reasons, but we appreciate that they have allowed us to be here. And we want to thank the Lapeer Free Methodist Church. They provide us with rehearsal space, which is so vitally important for a small theater. And with a big stage like this, it's been nice that we've had the church to rehearse it. They give us some space for us to provide. So we thank them. We thank all of the supporters, all of our friends and family that have helped out, that have put up with us being gone for hours and hours and hours as we go. So enjoy the show very much. There will be some actors coming down through the middle. So if you can leave a little path, they're going to troop through and see you every once in a while. You know, this is Shakespeare. There's no fourth wall. They're going to talk right at you. And I hope you enjoy that. The script we are using was edited and performed at the Michigan Shakespeare Festival. So we hope that you enjoy it just as much as we all did at the festival. Welcome to the early 1800s, the era of Jane Austen and country dances and A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Our nuptial hour draws upon a pace. 4 happy days bring another moon. But oh, how methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desire like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in nights, and 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, will behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp, Hippolyta. I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in a new key, with pomp, with triumph, with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thank you, good Aegeus. What news brings thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. And my gracious Duke, stand forth, Lysander. This man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with verses of feigning voice, complaining of her fantasies, with gauds, conceit, gnats, trifles, nosegays, sweet meat, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. Thou hast filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience which is due to me to stubborn harshness, and my gracious Duke. Be it so, my grace. Let Mary I beg the ancient privilege of Athens, as she is mine, either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, that to you, your mother should be as a goddess, for imprinted by her, she holds the power to leave the figure or to disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, and wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my mother looked but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace. I know not by what power I am made bold in such a presence here to plead my thoughts, but I must beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, Hermia, you must question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, living a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the pale, cold moon. But thrice blessed they who so master their blood as to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthly happier the rose distilled, that which then, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So I shall grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, but on the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love, you will either die for disobedience to your mother's will, or else wed Demetrius as she would, or on Diane's altar protest for austerity and a vow of single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy craven title to my certain right.
Have her mother's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry her?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render her, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lady, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius, and, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my rights? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love the Nader's daughter Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that having heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but overfilled with self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, Aegeus, come, go with me, for I have private schooling for the both of you. As for you, Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your mother's will, or else the law of Athens may yield you up, which by no means we may extenuate to death or a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta. What cheer, my love!
Yeah.
Demetrius, Aegeus, go along, for I must employ you in some business against our nuptials. Take it forward, you upon something that nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of mine eyes.
For aught that ever I could read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. We must teach our trial patience, for it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
Oh, a good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house removed 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal from my mother's house tomorrow night. In the woods, a league without the town, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee on Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers love, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke. And that which thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed there, Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves you, fair. Happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your voice sweet air. Sickness is catching, for favor so. Your words I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye, your eye. My tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'll give to be to you translated. Teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
That your frowns teach my smile such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
That my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate him, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is none of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time when lovers' flight thou still conceal, through Athens' gate have we devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon fate primrose beds, will wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends and strange companions. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lover's food till morrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all, but he doth know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. For love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is often beguiled. As waggish boys and game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, the showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is at a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again.
generally one by one according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all Athens to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so go on to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready. Say what part I am for, and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
And what is Pyramus? Is he a lover or a tyrant? lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest.
Francis Flint.
Though my chief humor is for a tyrant. Oh, my good play. Hercules rarely for a part to tear a cat and to make all split. The raging rocks and Shivering shocks will break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far to make and mar thy foolish fates. This was lofty. Name the rest of your play. This is Ercles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Francis Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is this beat? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, think. Let not me play a woman. I have a beard.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mass, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I shall hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice.
Thisbe, Thisbe.
Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy lady dear, and Thisbe dear.
You must play Pyramus, and Flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. And Tom Snout, the tinker,
Here, Peter Quince.
you must play Pyramus' father, myself Thisbe's father, and Snub the joiner, you the lion's part. And I hope we have a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you with me. Give it to me, for I am slow of steady.
Oh, you may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion too. I will roar you that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
If you should do it too terribly, you would make the Duchess and the ladies shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would hang us in balance.
Granted, friends, if that we should fright the ladies out of their wits, then they should have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you as gently as any suckling dove. I will roar you into any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a most lovely man that you would see on a summer's day. Oh, such a proper, most gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, to request you, and desire you to meet me by tomorrow night at the outside of town in the Palace Wood, a mile without the town by moonlight, and there we will rehearse. For if we should meet in the city, we should be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw up a bill of property such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We shall meet, and there we may rehearse more obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut bowstrings.
Whither wander you? Over hill, over dale, through bush and through briar, over park, over pale, through flood and through fire. I
I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green.
Well, I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou love of spirits, I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen not come within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she as her attendant had the lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Well, either I mistake your shape in making quiet, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Are you not he who frights the maidens of the villagery, skims the milk, and sometimes labors in the kern, and bootless makes the breathless housewives churn?
And makes the drink to bear no barn, misleads night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those hobgoblins call you, and, sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are you not he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night, that jest to Oberon and make him smile. When I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a silly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-foot-stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bum, and down double she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. Woo! And then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress! Would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud to ton.
What? Jealous Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry rash, wanton! Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou wast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of horn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskined mistress and warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou for shame, Titan, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, when I know thy love for Theseus is? Was it not thee who led him from Peresnia, whom he ravished, and made him with fair eagles break his faith with both Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since middle summer spring met we on hill and dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margins of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the wind, piping to us in vain as in revenge, hath sucked up from the seas contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, hath every petty river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched its yoke in vain. The plowman lost his sweat. The green corn hath rotted ere its youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field. And crows are fatted with the Murrian flock. The nine men's warren is filled up with mud. And the quaint mazes on the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And it is by this distemperature that we see the seasons alter. Horrid-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and an old Hyam's chin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, angry winter, childing autumn, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And it is through this progeny of evils, through our debate and our dissension, we are their parents' own original.
Do you amend it then? It lies with thee. Why shall Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland bides, not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat in Neptune's yellow sands, mocking the embarked traders on the flood. We laugh to see the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind. And she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land, to bring me trifles, and return again, as in voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. It is for her sake that I do rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently go and dance in our round, and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your host.
Give me the boy!
Not for thy fairy kingdom! Fairies away. We shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove till I've tormented thee for this injury. My gentle Puck. Puck! Come hither! Thou rememberest when I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid in a dolphin's back utter such dulcet and harmonious breath that the celestial stars shot from their spheres to hear the sea its music. Well?
I remember.
It was then that I saw, though thou couldst not, Cupid, all armed. In a certain aim he took, and a fair and vestal virgin throned it in the west. He loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, a shot that would pierce 100,000 hearts. Though I would see the fiery love shaft of Cupid quenched in the light of the watery moon, and the fair votress pass it on, fancy free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell upon a western flower, once milky white, now purple with love's wound. And the maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The liquor of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make all man or woman madly dote over the next live creature that sees. Fetch me that flower, and be thou back here before the Leviathan can swim a league.
They'll put a girdle about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this flower, I shall wait till Titania is asleep, and then drop the liquor of it in her eyes. And then the next thing she espies, whether it be lion, bull, meddling monkey, or busy ape, she must pursue it with the soul of love. And there I take the charm off her eyes, as I can with another herb. I will make her render up her page to me. Wait, who comes? I am invisible, and I shall overhear their conversation.
Pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen in this wood, and here I am, and one within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, or I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love thee the more? I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love? And yet, a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do your dog.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. Leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I'm not in the night, nor doth this with the worlds of company. For you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Boatless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies?
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or do not believe, but I will do thee mischief in the wood.
I in the temple, in the town and field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love, as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Though before he leave the throne, you fly to him, he will seek thy love. Have you the flower then? Welcome, Walter.
Aye, there it is.
Thee give it me. I know a place where the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and nodding violets grow, quite over canopied, with luscious woodbine, with musk roses and elegantine. There Titania sleeps mostly through the night, lulled by these flowers with dances and delight. There the snake casts her enamel skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy. With the juice of this, I shall streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. No, take thou some of this, and seek through the grove. There is a sweet Athenian lady in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do so that the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care. Make it so that he be more fond on her than she upon her love. And then be thou back here before the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come, now a fairy song. Send to your offices and let me rest.
Hence away, now all is well.
What thou seest from thou dost wait, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce, or cat, or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, be in thy eye that do appear, when thou wakest, it is thy deed. Wake, when some vile thing
Farewell. You faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. Wilt rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. I'll find you out of bed, for I upon this bank shall rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Take the sense, sweet of my innocence. Love finds a meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart can you make of it. Two bosoms interchange with an oath, so then two bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily, but much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. So, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in humane modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friends. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
And with half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
prove this flower's force and stirring love? Nigh and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despise the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden. And hear the maiden? And hear the maiden! Sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this black love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thine eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Yea, though thou kill me, sweet Demetria.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, will thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoever she lies, for she hath the less and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, mine eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I'm as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me do run away for fear. Therefore, no marvel though Demetrius do, as a monster, fly my presence thus. That wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's Spherion. But who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Oh, transparent Helena, nature shows thy art, that through thy heart makes me see thy love. Oh, where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena now I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe till their season, so I, being young till now ripe not to reason, and touching now the point of humane skill, reason becomes a marshal to my will and leads me to your eyes where I o'erlook love stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye. But you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo. But fear you well, perforce I must confess. I thought you lord of more true gentleness. That a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as the surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to my stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most by those that do deceive, so thou, my surfeit, and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers that dressed your love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck the sprawling serpent from my breast. Oh, I, me, for what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear! Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and yet sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander, what removed? Lysander, Lord, what? Out of hearing gone, no sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak if you hear. Speak of all loves, I sound almost with fear. No, I perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you, I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, Pat, and this is a marvelous, convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we shall do it in action, as we shall do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince,
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By Larkin, a parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is said and done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And, for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Would not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you must consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is no more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak out, saying thus, or to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were labor of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is to bring the moonlight into the chamber. For you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar. A calendar.
A calendar.
Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Right there, there is.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Then may you leave a casement at the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Well, then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe says the story did talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Or some man or other must present wall. Let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus and through this cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespun are we swaggering here so near the cradle of the Fairy Queen? What? A play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, speak, and Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, thy flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors.
Thy flowers of odor savor sweet. And so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. What, hark! A voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by I shall to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you? For you must understand that he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most really ripe hue, of color like the red rose and triumphant briar, most risky juvenile, and equal to lovely Jew. As true horse that yell will never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Nee's tomb.
Ninus tomb, man. Oh, you must not speak that part yet. That you answer to Pyramus. Oh, you speak all your part at once, cues and all. Oh, Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as true horse that yell never tire. This be if I were fair, I were only thine.
Oh, Jehoshaphat!
Oh, monstrous. Oh, strange. We are haunted. Oh, pray, masters. Fly, masters.
Why did they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
Well, what do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, bottom, bless thee. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. It is to make an ass of me. To fright me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they will. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing that they will know that I am not afraid. The woozlecock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with his note so true, the wren and little quill. The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, with plain song cuckoo gray, whose note full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored by thy note. And so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. thy virtue's force, her force, doth move me on first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors won't make them friends. But nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I have wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to tend on thee, and they'll bring you jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. I shall purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, mop, mustard seed.
Here.
Here.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him on apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs and mulberries. For honey bags sealed from the humble bees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes. To have my love to grant and to arise. The wings from painted butterflies, to crown the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to enough and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail, hail.
I beseech thy worship's mercy heartily. I beg thy worship's name.
Peas blossom, mustard seed.
Bah.
Come, wait on him, bring him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye. And when she weeps, weep every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake, and what she next saw that she must dote upon in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirits? What night rule now in this haunted grove?
My mistress of the monster is in love! Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, the crew of patches, rude mechanicals, who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of the barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed it upon his head. Anon, this thee must be answered. Then forth my mimic comes, when they him spy as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or rusticated chops, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the skies. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp, here, over and over one falls, he murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Paramis translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway left an ass.
But did thou also ensnare the Athenians' eyes as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Oh, stand aside. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
I rebuke you, him that loves you so. Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Oh, now I but tried, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, have given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, be horseshoes in blood, then plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and may the moon through the center creep, and so displease her brother's noontide in the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murderer look, and so should I, pierce through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet, you, the murderer, look as bright as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
Oh, what's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Oh, dog! Oh, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then, henceforth never to be numbered amongst men?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege, never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I, never to see me more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Hence, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid a true love on the love-juice sight. Now with thy misprision that thou must pursue, a true love turned, and now false turned true!
Then, fate overrules. That one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind. Helena of Athens, look thou find, all fancy sick and pale of cheer, and soulful cries that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, bring thou her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go. Look how I go.
Ah!
Swifter than arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, strike with Cupid's archery. sink within the apple of his eye. When next his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then we'll do it once we're one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow I weep, and vow so born, in their nativity all truth appears.
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth. Ah! Devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er?
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind. Now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, how rife in show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure congealed white, high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow, and thou holdst up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, how! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals, and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena?
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part. And yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will not. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but is guestwise sojourn, and to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
It is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, unless to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Thou art not by my eyes, Lysander, found. Oh, my ear, I thank it, brought me to that sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could wrest Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helen, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one as confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed times for parting us, is it all forgot? All school-day friendships, childhood innocence? And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persevere. Counterfeit said looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink each at other, hold the sweet jest up. The sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly mine own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Ah, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak praise. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Oh, Lysander, where's who tends all this?
No, no, sir. Seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow. But yet, come not. You're a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, foul thing let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Oh, why are you grown so rude? What changes this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny tartar, out, loathed medicine, oh hated poison, hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me, wherefore? Oh, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was ere while. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then, you left me. Oh, the gods forbid, in earnest shall I say.
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee, and love Helena!
Oh, me. You juggler. You canker blossom. You thief of love. What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you puppet!
Why so? That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made me compare between our statures, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. Have you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maple? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low that my nails can reach into thine eyes!
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. You perhaps may think, because she's something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower, hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of yourself into this wood. He followed you. For love, I followed him. But he hath chid me hence and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go, to Athens will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who's that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not. Though you take her part.
When she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Nothing but little, low and little. Let me come to her.
Oh, get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious in your behalf that scorns her services. Speak not of Hermia.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest and try who's right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow, nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
All this coil is long of you. Go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands, then mine, are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest. Or dost thou commit thy knaveries willfully?
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? And so far, blameless proves my enterprise, that I have anointed in Athenians' eyes. And so far, I am glad it did so sort, for this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Seest thou these lovers seek a place to fight? Hie, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry falcon cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as half around, and then lead these testy rivals so astray that none may come within another's way. And then take this flower and drop it into Lysander's eyes, the liquor of which has a virtuous property, and take from it with all error of its might. Make his eyeballs roll with wanton sight. Then when these lovers awake, all this derision will seem a dream and fruitless vision. While on this affair I do thee employ, I will to my queen and beg her Indian boy. Having once the boy, I will her charmed eyes release, and then, all shall be peace.
My very lord, this must be done with haste. For night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods have burial, already to their wormy beds are gone. For fear lest they should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort, and I with morning's love have oft made sport, and the grove will still tread all the way to the eastern gate all fiery red, shining upon Neptune's shores his salt green streams. Though notwithstanding haste, we may yet effect ere day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak in some bush. Where dost thou lie thy head?
Thou coward! Art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come?
Come, recreant, come thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws the sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I on dark uneven way, here will rest me. Oh, come thou gentle day. For if but once thou show me thy gray lights, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 why comest thou not?
Thou runst before me, shifting every place, and dares not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither. I am here.
Nay, then thou mockst me. Thou shalt buy this deer, if ever I thy face by daylight see. But go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
Long and tedious night. Abate thy hours, shine comfort from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3. Come one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedevilled with the dew and torn with briars, I can no further grow, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground sleep sound. Now apply your eye, gentle lover. Remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb known, that every man shall take his own, then your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Sit thee down upon this flower bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where is Peas Blossom?
Here,
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Ah. I must to the barber, mademoiselle, for methinks I am marvelously hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass. Ah. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch it.
what wilt thou hear some music, my sweetheart?
I have a reasonably good ear for music. Let me hear the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly, a peck of provender? Ah, I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay. Ah, no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy who shall seek the squirrel's hoard and bring thee new nuts.
I should rather have a handful or 2 of dried peas. I pray you let none of your people stir me. Ah, I feel an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms,
on and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the sweet honeysuckle gently twist, the female ivy and rings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Oh, her dotage now I do begin to pity. Oh. Permitting her of late behind the woods, seeking favors for this hateful fool. Oh. I did upbraid and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples had adorned with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, whose dew once was become orient pearls, now hangs in Florian's eyes like tears, as if their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she then mildly begged my patience, I then did ask of her her Indian boy, which she then gave to me right away, and her fairy bore the boy to my bower in fairyland. Having now the child, I shall release her from this hateful affection of her eyes. Good Robin, take this transformed scalp off of this Athenian swain. And when he awakens, he can back to Athens and repair and think no more of this night's accidents than the first vexations of a dream. But first, I shall wake the fairy queen. Be as thou once wont to be. See as thou once wont to see. By Cupid's bow and Diana's bud, hath such power and blessed force. And now, Titania, my sweet, awake.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies thy love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how will my arm doth load this visage now?
Silence a while. Oh, good Robin, take off his hat. Oh, Titania, music once, and strike more dead than common sleep of those who find the
Music, oh music, such that charmeth sleep.
When thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Oh, Titania, my sweet queen, take hands and dance. Rock the ground where these sleepers be. I are a new amity, we can tomorrow solemnly dance at Lord Theseus's mansion triumphantly, and we shall bless all with prosperity.
Very king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Alas, trip we the nightshade, for we the globe compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night, that I, sleeping here, was found, with these mortals on the ground.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is a most fair pyramid. Hey, oh, Peter Quince! Salute the bellows mender! Snout the tinker! Starveling? God's my life, stolen hence and left me asleep. Oh, I have had a most rare vision. I had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he goes about to expound this dream. Methought I was... There is no man can say what. Methought I was... Methought I had... Man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream. For it hath no bottom, and I shall sing it in the latter end of a play before the Duke.
Find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And as we still have the varlet of the day, my love will hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, find the forester.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bathed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such a gallant chiding.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind. Slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Lysander, and this Demetrius is, and this Helena, old Nadar's Helena. I wonder of this being here together.
No doubt they rose early to observe the rite of May. Hearing of our intent, they came here in grace of our solemnity. Say, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia is to give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen to wake them with their horns. Good morrow, gentle friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
Oh, I pray all of you rise, stand up. I know that you two are rival enemies. How has this gentle concord come to the world that hatred can be so far from jealousy to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, to have defeated you and me, you of your wife and me of my consent, my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helena told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood. I, in fury, hither followed them. Helen, in fancy, followed me. But, my good lord, I know not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow. It seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye is only Hermia. To her, my lord, was I betrothed, there I see Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health come to my natural taste. Now do I love it, wish it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we shall hear more anon.
Aegeus, I must overbear your will, for in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit.
And now that the morning is something worn, our purpose hunting shall be set aside.
And off to us with us to Athens, 3 by 3. We shall feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think? The Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my mother.
And Hippolyta.
And he bid us follow to the temple.
Why then, we are awake. Let us go, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all Athens able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, and the best person too. Oh, and he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon? Paramour is, God bless us, a thing of not.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more buried. Firstborn has gone forward. We have all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could have not escaped 6 pence a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Huh? Where are these hearts?
Oh, most courageous day. Most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true Athenian, I shall tell you everything as it fell out.
Oh, let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, meet presently at the palace. Every man look over his part, because the short and the long is our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linens, and let not him who plays the lion pare his nails, for they are to hang out as the lion's claws. And most dear actors eat no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breaths, and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. No more words. Away. Go away.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. Lunatics, lovers, and poets are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees the beauty of Helen in a brow of Egypt. And the poet, I in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, as imagination bodies forth forms of things unknown. And the poet's pen gives them shapes, and gives to air nothing, a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that it would but apprehend some joy, to comprehend some the bringer of that joy. Or else in the night, imagining a fear, how easy a bush is supposed to bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured full together, more witness than fancy's images, and leads to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the young lovers now, filled with joy and mirth. Joy, young lovers! Joy and fresh days of happiness accompany your hearts.
More than to us wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what dances, what masks have we to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and our bedtime? What revels are in hand? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Is there not a play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks, what music? How are we to beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief. How many sports are rife? Make choice of which your highness shall see first. The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
Well, none that. That I have already told my love in glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy Bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes last came a conqueror.
The thrice three muses, mourning for the death of learning, lay deceased in beggary.
That is some satire, keen and cutting, but not sorted for a nuptial ceremony.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth.
Merry yet tragical, tedious but brief. Now that is some hot ice, some wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
There is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is that Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which when I saw it rehearsed, I must confess, made my eyes water. But more merry it is, loudest laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men who work in Athens here, who have never labored in their minds until now, but now have toiled their unbreathed memories with the same play against your nuptial.
And we'll hear it.
Oh, no. No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have seen it, and there's nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain, to do you service.
I will hear that play, for there never be anything amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go and bring them in. Take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness or charge, or duty in your service perishing.
The kinder we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be in taking what they mistake. For what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes in might, not
He
in merit.
says they can do nothing in this kind.
But in lightness, in this kind, just let's take our seats.
Grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill. That you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, well, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is, all for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
In his prologue, like a rough colt, he knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak truth.
Indeed, he doth play upon his prologue like a child, upon a recorder of sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disorganized. What's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present Wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through Wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat, with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling, bloody breast.
Oh!
And discourse, for here they do remain.
I wonder if lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, presents a wall, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often, very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this, the cranny is, right and sinister, for which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire Lyman Hare to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence!
Oh, grim-looked night, oh night with hue so black, oh night whichever art when day is not, oh night, alack, 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, oh wall, oh sweet and lovely wall that stands between her father's ground and mine, oh wall, thou sweet and lovely wall, show me thine chink to blink through with mine eyne. Thanks, courteous wall. Love shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
Wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in fact, sir, he should not.
Deceiving me!
Is Thisbe's cue she is to enter, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall pat, as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wow! I see a voice, and now shall I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe, my love thou art, my love I think. Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander I am trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fates me kill.
Not Shaphelus to Procris was so true.
As Shaphelus to Procris, to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall whole, not your lips at all.
Whilst thou at Ninny's tomb meet me Ninus' tomb meet me straightway.
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my parts discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now the morale is down between the two neighbors.
There's no remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that e'er I saw.
In this kind, the best are but shadows, and the worst no worse, if imagination amend them.
It is your imagination then, and not theirs.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may not perchance both quake and tremble here. When line rough and wildest rage doth roar, then know that I, one Snarl the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else no lions! Damn. For if I should, as lion come in strife, into this place, were pity my life.
A very gentle beast and of good conscience.
For his valor.
Aye, and the goose for his discretion.
It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us hearken to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He's no crescent. His horns aren't visible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, doth seem to be.
That is the greatest mistake of all the rest. The man should be in the lantern. How is it else to man the moon?
He dares not come for the candle, for you see, it is already in snuff.
I am weary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by the small discretion of his light that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy and within reason, we should stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon. This thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
These things should be in the lantern, for they are in the moon. But silence, here comes the
This is so nice, too. Nice, too. Where is my
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace. Well moused, lion.
And then came pyramids.
Oh, and so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to taste of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here! Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good, stained with blood! Approach, you furies fell! Oh, fate, come! Come, cut thread and thrum, coil, crush, conclude, and quell.
Well, the death of a friend and this passion go near to make a man look sad.
Through my heart, but I pity the man.
Wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? For lion wild hath here deflowered, my dear.
Deflowered.
Devoured, my dear, who is, no, who was the fairest dame who lived, who loved, who liked, who looked with cheer. Oh, come, tears. Confound, outsword, and wound thy pap of Pyramus. I, thy left pap, where heart doth hop. Oh! Ah! And thus I die. Thus. And now I am dead. And now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight and die! Die!
Excuse me.
Die! Die, die, die!
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of a surgeon, he may yet recover and prove an ass. She shall find him by the starlight. Here she comes now, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks it should be a short one for such a pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
Oh, she has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Asleep, my love? What? Done my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers, his eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sister three, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lily cords, since you at shore with shears as thread of silk. Oh. Tongue, now a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade. My breast improve. Oh, and farewell, friends. Thus, this be ends. Adieu!
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
I am wall too.
No, I assure you the wall that separates her father's ground and mine is down. Would you like to hear the epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray. Your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when all the players are dead, there need be none to be blamed. Mary, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hung himself in Thisbe's garter, it would be a fine tragedy. And so it is truly and very notably discharged. Come now, your burgomaster dance. hath tolled 12. Lovers to bed, for 'tis nearly fairy time. I fear we may oversleep the coming morn, for all that we this night have overwatched. This palpable and gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gates of night. Gentle friends, to bed, for a fortnight have we in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf beholds the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task fordoon.
And now the wasted brands do glow, whistle the screech owl screeching loud, and puts the wreath that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud.
Now it is the time of night that the graves are gaping wide. Everyone lets forth his sprite, through the churchway paths glide.
And we, the fairies that do run by triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun chasing darkness like a dream.
Now our frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Fill this house with glimmering light, the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite, dance like birds off the brine, and this giddy afternoon, dance and sing it tributely.
Thus we rehearse this song by note, to each word of warbling note. Hand in hand we think with grace, will we sing and bless this
If we shadows have offended, well, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend, if you pardon we will mend, and, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call. So good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, my friend.